Well, wasn't that interesting? I received an email the other night from somebody over in Eastern Europe telling me to tune to the new buzzer frequency, and sure enough I heard my signature theme tune being played on 4525 kHz. I can assure you now that this wasn't me, but I did appreciate the fact that they played the full version of the track instead of the snippet I use. For those wondering, it's Drum and Bass by Andrew Huang. Back over to the original buzzer frequency on 4625 kHz now, and we were witness to this display of waterfall art for a number of hours on December the 1st. This came from a pirate somewhere in Europe, but I saw some social media postings that indicate that this activity takes place almost daily in the United States too. The buzzer was bombarded with music for most of the evening, and characters such as Bart Simpson, Meme Face, and Is That Plankton from SpongeBob being drawn on the spectrum. Another recent development has been the birth of a new buzzer on 4525 kHz, which I covered in a video last week. This is a slower, more laboured sounding version of the original buzzer that has been on pretty much 24/7, or at least at the same time the grey line carries the original buzzer over to the UK and Europe. The first interesting thing to note was that it changed to a beep for a short time one night earlier this week, but the plot really thickened from here. November the 29th saw two types of voice traffic on the frequency. The first was clearly a pirate and possibly the person behind this mystery new buzzer. Take a listen. As you're well aware by now, my Russian is non-existent, so any translations will be helpful below. The next voice transmission was what sounded like a relayed monolith message from the original buzzer, and if you don't know what these are or what the buzzer is all about, then I'll leave plenty of links in the description below. Things really got interesting when a person in the chat log on the Twente SDR said, "Okay, here's a test, dear fake buzzer. If you're in the chat box, please play Phantom Limb by Garba Kulka at 425 kHz USB. Sure enough, after a while the buzzing stopped and the song actually came on. Unfortunately, I missed this transmission, but a viewer emailed me this information. So what we have there is a response from the mystery signal and confirmation that it's just a pirate. I also caught another possible nod to this being a pirate in the SDR chat last night too. Now let's move on to instances of traffic on the so-called Russia-Ukraine propaganda frequencies, and this first clip I recorded on 7097 kHz, which maybe you can help me translate.
Сьогодні вечором. Ми русские. С нами фюрер Путин. Зиг Хайль Путин. Путин. Смерть евреям и жидам. Мы русские. С нами великий фюрер Путин. 1488. Зиг Хайль Путин. Путин.
I won't go into too much detail on these frequencies and who's behind most of the transmissions, because I already made a video which I'll link below. And finally, the Glory to Ukraine propaganda station returned to 7050 kHz for a short time too. This is the first time I've heard this in a while, so it's always interesting when it pops back up.
Glory to Ukraine, I'm Israel, and God bless America. Russisch Peter Nazi Schwein. Glory to Ukraine, I'm Israel, and God bless America. Russisch Peter Nazi Schwein. Glory to Ukraine, I'm Israel, and God bless America.
So that's the 2nd November roundup on the weird and wonderful world of shortwave radio. Keep your ears to the dial, and if you catch anything of interest, feel free to drop me an email. And if you want to see plenty more, then check out the links in the description below.